Hello. Sorry about that, it was loud. Hello. Is this actually good? Hello? Am I audible? Okay, I think I'm good. Hold on, I'm just switch some settings here. Okay. Stupid flies in the room. Hold on. Okay, anyway, I think we're good to go. Hello. I might be a bit too loud. Hold on. Is that better? Okay. Alright. Hello and welcome to our very first figure unboxing and photo shoot stream. So, how will this work? We have here a figure. I haven't really unboxed this yet myself, as in, it's the first time really opening it. Obviously, I know what it is, but I figured that instead of me just opening it myself, right here in my room, might be best that we just do this a different way. So by that I mean, as we unbox this figure, whatever it is, I'm not sure if anyone was able to guess during the teaser post over at Twitter. We'll be taking photos as we go along the way, examining it as we go along, checking out what it has, and maybe at the end of it, try to get a few aesthetic shots of it. So yeah, that's how it will play out. Alright, so what you're seeing right now, how will this work? So what you're seeing right now, this is... Oh, by the way, no live 2D model for me right now because I'm actually standing. I have barely enough space in my room. I've used my chair as a means to prop up the figure and pull up the backdrop. So I'm standing. That's why sometimes you'll see the sound become erratic a few times because I'll be moving around. And yeah, no live 2D model for now because I'm moving around, so it's going to be very wonky. So just enjoy a PNG of me in the meantime. Okay, and as mentioned, so pwedeng mag-Tagalog. So kung gusto yung magtanong in Filipino sa chat, wala namang problema. I'm just speaking in English out of just practicing, and in the event, of course, that we'd have non-Filipino viewers if ever anyone joins. So, but yeah, back to the setup. So how will this work? So what you're seeing here is this is Adobe Bridge, just basically a fancy file explorer. And I've already opened. So how it will work is my camera is already set up here. It's already all set up, and every time I take a shot, we'll get a preview there in Adobe Bridge. So let me just do a sample so you can see. So just click here and it should show up there. Okay, there you go. Yes, very clear shot, but you get the idea. So every shot will be uploaded real time. We'll be seeing it in real time. And we'll be able to appreciate it real time. So that means I might have to tweak some settings along the way, the lighting, etc. And I also figure that maybe this kind of streams might also help out anyone who is also curious and would like to get into figure photography. Maybe I can give a few tips as well along the way. That's basically my intention. So yeah, just turn down the music a bit. I'm not sure if I'm being heard properly, so if there are any audio issues, I'm speaking too loud or too soft, just let me know. Okay, so I've taken that very blurry shot here, but let me take a... How will we start this out? So I haven't yet unwrapped the kind of like the outside plastic wrapping. So it's very new. I really haven't taken it out of the box yet. Let me take a much clearer shot of that, just so it gets a bit more legible what this figure actually is. Figure of who actually? Let's take that. I don't think that's any better. Let's is it clearer? a bit, I guess. It's the before, this is the after. Although I think here you pretty much have an idea on who this is, but let's sharpen it up more. Here you see it, much more focused. At this point, I think it should be pretty recognizable if you're playing. So Clue, it is from a MOBA game. It's from a gacha game. And maybe I think we can just reveal it now, who this is. Just fixing the focus. Hold on. And centering my camera a bit. And there we go. So I think this one is now a lot more visible. Oh, I just realized. Not sure if you guys can see this clearly, but apparently the naming in front is in. Is this in Chinese? I think it is. But yeah, anyway. So this is Nendoroid Kal'tsit from Arknights. So who is Kal'tsit? If you're not playing Arknights, so she's one of the. So you belong to this group called Rhodes Island. It's a pharmaceutical company, and Kal'tsit is among the most senior leaders, kind of like de facto leader before you as a doctor. That's the main character. So she's a doctor. She's a surgeon. She's she's leading in medical research, things like that. So she's really a prime expert in that field. So she's a bit stern, but I think instead of me just describing her personality, we'll see as we unbox this thing along the way. So let me just take her out of the plastic wrapping. Not sure if this plastic crumpling can be heard, but okay. I've taken off the wrapping, and now we can take a clear shot of the figure in its entirety. I mean the box. Okay, there we go. That is Nendoroid Kal'tsit. So I think what really stands out is, for me, her color scheme. I don't know, maybe it's just me not watching enough anime recently, but I can't recall any other characters who have this kind of color scheme. So, and as with most Arknights characters, their design, their outfits, they're very unique. So, and I think from a if you try to, I can't recall if you put Kal'tsit up there among other characters from any other games and other anime, I don't think you'll find anyone similar. So I'm glad to be corrected with that. So if by any chance anyone sees here any other figures similar looking to Kal'tsit, then I'm willing to stand corrected. So let's just take a look around the box. Let me just take the rear view here. So we've seen the front, now the back. So I guess it's pretty standard as far as Nendoroids are concerned. And I actually view this so much. Let me see if I can do a full screen preview. I can do a full screen preview, but it's not being seen. Okay, hold on. If I try to do that, no, never mind. So yeah, here over at the back, I guess it's pretty standard thing. What's the manufacturer? I don't actually, well, what's the manufacturer of this thing? Well, of course is this GSC? No, it's not. Oh, it's GSC, of course, it's GSC. It's most Nendoroids, of course. Um, so yeah, as I mentioned, she looks pretty unique. She has that very stern face, the always pissed off look, as if she always has beef with a doctor. And her medical gown, again, that light green color scheme. Now I remember, I know who she looks like. She looks like Uni. Fuck, right. She looks like Uni. Does she? I don't watch Uni much, but I know she's of the same color scheme. But anyway, but still, she's very distinctive enough that you won't easily mistake her for anyone. So, what does she have in terms of props? Well, we'll see. What about the sides? Let's see the side of the box. Oh, I have not actually set my camera to shoot at large resolution. Hold on. Fine. Okay. Now for this side, which side is this? Left or right? I don't know. Whatever. So she has what looks to be... What is this? I can't see clearly from the picture. Well, we'll find out later on. She has this big needle. Again, owing to her medical background. The other side... Oh, this is much more interesting. This other side is much more interesting. So the other side, I think this is her. Why does this look like a handgun? I know in game she holds a medical kind of like a syringe pistol, but this looks way more like a revolver than a medical pistol. What's up with that? We'll see later. And of course, she has her pet familiar. I don't know what this thing is. The official game pronunciation is monster, but I like to call him Monthreater because that's how it's spelled. It's MON 3 and R. I mean, how are you supposed to pronounce that if the game won't pronounce it for you? So yeah, there's Monthreater over there. In game, she Monthreater's massive. Like, it's not this small. So. But I guess owing to Nendoroid size and scale, they made him much smaller. They would otherwise it would be a Monthreater Nendoroid and not a Kal'tsit Nendoroid. So, but yeah, that's Kelsey's familiar. Kind of like the thing that does all the fighting for her, if she does need to fight, and boy does she know how to fight. I forgot which event chapter that was, but in Arc Knights there was this chapter which pretty much is all about Kelsey, even though it was not her banner. Pretty much the entire story events played out with her fighting off, various people all by herself, pretty much a one woman army. And I guess that really cements her as one of the real badasses, not just within Arc Knights, but among there's a lot of there's lots of very powerful female characters in anime games, but yeah, she's one of the most powerful in the Arc Knights universe. So anyway, that's enough of the box. I think we should get to opening this thing now. Right, let me just peel off some of this packaging. And I don't know how long it will take this. What is this? There's advertising within the box. Of the Nendoroid easel stand. And alternative stands for Nendoroid. I personally am not a very big fan of Nendoroids, honestly. The only reason why I'm using this, or I'm showcasing this figure for this stream, is because I'm biding my time to build sets for the other figures. So Nendoroids, meanwhile, are much easier to set up. They're much easier to take photos of because of their small size. I don't have much room in my I don't have much room here, so the diorama, or the very simple white backdrop that you're seeing here in the photos now, it's pretty easy to pull off. But it's going to be a different thing altogether once we pull out the scale figures. So, oh, I've gotten her out of the box, but here, let's see what's inside. So just center this. And what is inside? Okay. There's lots of things going on here, but as you can see, we have her, of course, the figure. We have two faceplates. What are the differences? This one is slightly looking to her right. This one, I honestly don't know. Is she smirking? I think it's just the different angles of her pout. What? I mean, if I... Yeah. We'll see later as we get the figure, as we actually pull the figure out of the box. But yeah, pretty much you get... What do you get here? It really is a handgun. Oh my god. It doesn't look like a medical pistol at all. It does look like a handgun. I don't recall this looking like this in game. So she has... So this thing, apparently, this is a stethoscope. That's a stethoscope. This is Montrit. No. What is this? Ah, you have here two variants of the medical gun. Quote unquote medical. This one is the normal. This one's loaded. This one is opened, like when you load the ammunition at the back, which is actually how she does it in game. So here it's part of her idle animation when you deploy her is like she's just putting, I don't know what you call it, ammunition, syringes, I don't know, basically in her medical gun. So it's they've included two parts, so two guns rather, one open, one closed. And this is monster. Unfortunately, we'll appreciate this thing much more once we open the thing. Oh. And more at the back. More at the back. We actually have more things at the back here. Oops. So that's the front. And I think at the back here we have the various limbs, the interchangeable limbs, and of course the stand at the bottom. This one, what's the difference? Oh, this is her this is her hand inside the pocket. So it's an arm piece wherein she has her hands on her pockets, both sides. Cool. This one, what is that? What is that supposed to be? I know what the box. There was an art previously of what this is. We just go back here. This one, she's holding on this one. I think, oh, she's holding the gun. There's that blue thing. What's this blue thing? I think this is the syringe or the ammo, whatever you call it. Like if you want to pose her loading her medical gun, then there you have it. This is an arm piece wherein she's holding the actual gun. Let me just actually... I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. There you go. And the other one is her holding a big ass syringe. Wouldn't want to get struck by that. So I'm not sure if you can remove that syringe though in her hand, but we'll see later. And then you have one of the newer types of Nendoroid stands. The peg with this base. So pretty standard. Okay. So we have all the parts. We've examined them, and now it's time to actually get her out of the. So I have to do this carefully. I want to remember how that surprisingly is taken apart quite quickly. Okay, and just put that over here. Okay. Alright, there she is. Man, her her face on the default faceplate really captures her eternally pissed off look. Good job, GSC. I'll just get the stand as well. Alright, this one's a bit loud. Okay. This is what I hate about unboxing figures. Like, well, they pack it so well, it's hard to take off. So once you're done playing with them, there's just so much plastic and just scotch tape that you have to deal with before you can put them back on properly. Okay, let's just I'm just preparing the stand so we can actually put her up properly. Right, just a few minutes, just 1 minute. Shouldn't take long. Let me just take a sip of coffee here. Actually pretty chill. I'm liking this kind of setup. And I have her out of the plastic, but before I can take a photo of her, let me just get her propped up on the. Let me just get her propped up on the stand. There's just so much plastic. I have to take her head off. Oh, it's taking her head off. I've beheaded Kal'tsit. I also have to take off the arms to get that. Oh shoot. Her arm got split into two. What is this? What? How do I get that out? Oh, there you go. Oh, my camera just went to sleep. Telling me that I'm taking too long. Okay, man, there's just so much plastic. But I guess that's good. Just to ensure that it's packed safe. Oh, there's the signature. And I guess I have to take her legs off as well. Get this bottom piece of plastic out. Alright, I think I've taken everything off. Putting her head back on and getting her on the stand. Okay. Now I can take a photo of her. Okay, hold on. Just taking the shot now. Okay, just fixing the shot from earlier. Wait, why is that? Why is that so dark? Just checking histograms. That looks fine. this one's a lot way too dark. And there you go. That looks much better. Alright, so there she is. So don't mind the shadows here. We'll fix that up. I'm just taking all of the shots here right now using just my what do you call this? My continuous lights, but later I do have flashes set up to take much better photos, and maybe I'll swap out to a macro lens later. But yeah, there she is. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like, this is her default look. I think in her in-game sprite, this is how she normally looks. So actually, let me get these lights working now. Let me just get these lights working so that we can view her in much more detail. Hold on. Okay. So we're taking these shots under normal lighting. We're taking these shots using just continuous light. Now this time we'll try to add more detail by using dedicated flashes. So let me just take this quick test shot just to make sure we don't have any more continuous light spilling in. Yes, that's what I wanted. So what I'm just doing is I'm taking off the component of our photo that is lit by continuous light. So it's still well lit here in my room, but I just adjusted my camera settings so that we're seeing nothing of the continuous light. So it's a bit of a, it sounds complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. Maybe we can do a tutorial about that sometime soon. So okay, let's see. Now let's bring in our lights. I have two lights set up beside her right and her left. So let me just open one up first. Oh, that's way too bright. Let's just crank that down. Still way too bright with my liking. Let me just look at the histograms. Yes, that is blown out. So we need to crank that much lower. Maybe if I can just angle this a bit more. I don't actually notice any difference. Did I actually adjust that? Looks like I did. Okay, I think this looks much cleaner. Yeah, it's a bit subtle. It's a bit subtle here right now, but because we've toned down the ISO, setting. There's way less grain here. Like if you look at the ISO over here, and if I compare that to the other photo here at the start, now there's lots of things going on here, but the photo on the right side is much blurry because I was using a higher f-stop. So I'm talking a lot of in technical details, but basically what I'm trying to do right now is just making sure we get the best kind of quality we can as we're carrying out this shoot. So just going back here, what I'm just doing is just setting up the light. So we have one light already up. Now let me I'll turn off this other light. And let's see what this other light does. The one on our left. So alright, so that's it's set way too low. So let's just crank that up. No problem at all. Okay, getting there. If you notice, there's just a Hold on, let me just crank that up more. There you go. I think this one looks just right. Yeah. I guess 1/3 of a stop less bright. There, pretty subtle. So that's the only light we're left. Now if we combine both lights, alright, that overpowered the thing. Hold on. Okay, I can't crank the other one light much lower anymore, but what I can do is just increase my f-stop. There you go. So I'm just basically just playing around the settings until I get the desired brightness I want. So pretty easy. It's not like we're shooting film, so there's totally no problem whatsoever. With retaking and retaking, this is starting to look a lot more acceptable. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no, despite how it looks, I don't know how it looks on your monitors or on your phones, on your screens, but it looks white, but not all out white. Like it's not clipping or anything. And that pretty much solved the shadows at the back of our figure earlier. Like in these earlier shots, you can see the creases. You can very clearly see the creases of the white cloth behind. So that's because we're filling a lot of we're filling in light where the other light wasn't able to reach. So yeah, I think quality wise, this is a good starting point. So we can take it from here. I would love to remove these shadows. If I can just maybe smoothen out the cloth here. So I've managed to smoothen out the right side. And the one on the shadows here over to the right are gone, but I'd still want to clean this one up on the left. But anyway, I think we're good to go with here. So okay, now let me just make one last change. I will currently using a 35mm lens on an APS-C camera. I can't get any closer than this. It's actually, if I measure the distance between the lens and Kal'tsit right now, I think this is very close. It's very close. I think it's just one, how do you call this? I don't know what it is in English, pero yung isang dangkal. So that's very close, and I can't focus any closer than that. So let me bring out my macro lens so we can appreciate the details. So let me just take off the camera from the tripod. This will be quick. So whenever a lens is advertised as being macro, what it actually just means is that you can just focus much closer. Like there's this property called for lenses that is MFD, or minimum focusing distance. Just pretty straightforward with what it means. But for figures, that actually plays a lot of that's actually a very important lens characteristic, because with figures, not just anime, miniatures in general, there's a lot of details that, because they're small, relatively speaking, there are a lot of details that you really have to get up close to appreciate. And that's where normal lenses, some primes, non-macro lenses in general, that's where they fall short, because you can't get up close to really appreciate details. So macro lenses help with that. And it's the same reasoning why, you know, in a macro lens advertisements, you find them always having sample photos of insects, of, I don't know, coins, basically small stuff. For the same manner, we can use macro lenses to view very up close details to figures, like so. So I've already had it on. Let's take a sample shot with this macro lens on Kal'tsit. Reset to auto. Okay, now it may not seem much, but perspective-wise, we're actually much, you know, we're actually much closer. I can't get this distance. I can't get to the same perspective, you know, without cropping this original photo. I cannot get this if I was using just the normal 35mm lens. So that's why I really love macro lenses for figure photography. You don't need them. You don't necessarily need them, but if you really want to take up close shots, then it's a worthwhile investment. Just sipping a bit of my coffee here. Okay, now we can do our 360 inspection of Kal'tsit. So let's just take a much closer look at her outfit. So, oh, yeah, I can feel the age of my camera. It's just so slow all over. Getting so much closer. So, I mean, for Nendoroids, there's arguably not much detail to speak of, unlike scale figures, but you know, credit where it's due for some things. And yeah, I guess they just painted the supposed buttons here. We have her belt that's just loosely hanging. Now that I actually have this opportunity to see her up close, what is this? This appears to be her necklace? I don't know. And then there's kind of like a ring stuck with it. Let me see if I can get underneath that. Let me see if I can get underneath that. Just taking my camera off the tripod. Yeah, I think it's part of her neck collar thing. I don't know what this blue thing is though. And I think these brownish straps are, I guess, part of her undergarments. Yeah, it is. Oh, I didn't fasten this arm well. It looks to be coming off. Let me just fix that. I'm just reaffixing my camera on the tripod. Let me just get her slotted in correctly. That's as far as I can make it to be. So yeah, they really captured her pissed off look really well. Their default face is always this, what do you call this? There's that term, I forgot the term. Slipping off my tongue. The resting bitch face, there you go. She always has that resting bitch face. And yeah, it's really part of her personality. So she has that stern look that, you know, it makes you feel like you've never done anything correct in your entire life. So, but yeah, if you follow the Arknight's plot, pretty much understandable why she's like that. Won't spoil anything though. But yeah, that's her face. Let's Let's turn her around. No, wait. There's one thing I think we need to take a look. Just looking at these. Oh, cannot. Even with Nendoroids, there's only so much distance until my camera can't focus. Wait, are you serious? I can't focus any closer than this? Okay, seems like not. I have to pull back. So I'm just trying to take a photo of their ears. So I think they've made a beautiful gradient of her ears. I think that's pretty signature for. As with all Arknight's characters, they all have animalistic, physical characteristics. Kal'tsit is supposed to be a lynx. I know what does actually a lynx look like? Hold on. What's a lynx look like? They're cats, right? Lynx. Lynx says animal. Any of the 4 species within the medium size. Wild cat. Okay, yeah, they are cats. Their ears, I don't know if. So I'm just taking a quick look at the Wikipedia article for lynxes. But yeah, I think this is they're pretty much shaped the same. So I think they got that right. Oh, let me show you the other ear. So interestingly has this thing. Let me show you. So she has this. What is this? What is this actually? I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of earpiece? Is that like kind of a one-ear headset? So how do Arknights operators wear headsets? Is it to the ears above their heads, or do they have another pair of ears underneath? I think it's with the same the same. Yeah, the eternal argument of how humanoids with animal ears wear their headsets, right? But I honestly don't know what this is. I think we'll have to take a look at the official art. What this is. But anyway, interesting. Alright, so let's take a look at her side profile. Just rotate her sideways. And bring my camera back to portrait mode. Let me just get a good angle on this. And get much closer. Can I actually get much closer? I believe I can. We can only elevate her though. Okay, I think this is as close as we can get. So just looking at her side profile. So she has the official medic badge on her outer coat. She has, I don't know what this is. I think this looks like a watch. And then interestingly, this is a bit blurred, but let me take a much sharper shot of that. This is interesting. Something that I still blurred. Hold on, let me just get that focus right. When in doubt, just hit manual focus. Okay, there you go. Interestingly, And today I learned that she has similar rings as Amiya does. So in game, Amiya has this set of rings on her fingers, and lore-wise, she isn't supposed to break them, only for very, very important moments, basically last resort moments. I don't know if this is if the rings she wears are just purely if this ring that Kal'tsit wears is purely cosmetic, or if it holds something of a similar importance to what to Amiya's rings. But either way, interesting piece of information. I would have known that if I didn't get this figure. So maybe just so going towards her back. I'm starting to run into a particular issue here. Let me just shorten the legs of my tripod because I can't get any lower. So looking at her back is much more tricky. It's a bit tricky to get good shots of her back because of the peg. But anyway, what are we seeing here? So yeah, I think it's pretty nondescript as far as her coat goes. Yeah, it's just beside that black band where... Oh, no. I think what we can see here is... So this thing, it's part of her transparent lab gown that maybe she wears underneath. Let me just take a much clearer shot of that. Hold on. So yeah, it's transparent because if we notice, like, I don't know if it's mostly an Arknight's fashion trend, but a lot of the operators they love to wear these transparent gown things, like garment that's transparent, so you can see what's underneath. And she has that going as well with her outfit. So I don't know, how does this actually work? Is it another layer, or no? It seems to be part of her coat itself. So the upper part of the coat, like where we see it join here, this part, it's pretty much on the same layer. So it's just really a difference in material from this point forward. So interesting. I do hope though that they release a scale figure of Kal'tsit pretty soon. I'd love to get that. I'd love to see more details of her outfit. And just rotating her a bit more. Oh yeah. I think what I was mentioning earlier. It's much visible here. So what was I saying earlier? So her left arm, she has this asymmetrical look going for her as well. So her left arm is like the forearm part is made up of that transparent gown thing again. So you can actually see it in the cover box earlier. Like here, there you go. The right side is fully covered, like with the normal cloth you would normally expect gowns to have. The left side, her left side though, it's this transparent thing once again. I don't know, it doesn't feel too comfortable for me. Like, imagine if you try to wear that. It's kind of like wearing a raincoat, but it must it mustn't feel as good as, like, I don't know, cotton, like, you know, the other material you would expect of clothing. So I don't know how they bear with that, but anyway, maybe it's their way of, you know, how in the Arknights universe, of course, there's this oripathy thing going on, right? Basically, basically, very infectious, widespread infectious, I guess, for lack of a better term, rock cancer. So I guess it's their way of trying to protect themselves while staying fashionable. Like, you would want, of course, in some fashion trends, like, there's this tendency to show a bit more skin. Like, maybe if you're going for that look but also want to stay protected at times, then I guess you go for that kind of clothing. Maybe that's, and will that trend in real life as well? I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Still weird for me, but yeah, I mean, it's what makes them, part of what makes them unique, I guess. And just moving on back to her front profile. Yeah, here you can really see that, and they've modeled out the big pockets of her gown, which makes me curious though. We have these arm parts to which the arm parts themselves contain the pocket. So we'll see later how that actually plays out. So, but yeah, I think we've done the 360. It's pretty interesting. So let's try to change some parts now. I guess one of my most hated parts of owning Nendoroids. So it's I guess that's what makes them Nendoroids. What makes them that their signature characteristic. Like, you're supposed to play with them, change their parts, post them however way you like, but it may just be me and my clumsy hands, but I've always found it so troublesome to always be interchanging parts. So let's start with something simple. I've noticed that some Nendoroids are very bad at holding themselves together. Like, which is why at times I just feel like, you know, just pick one particular look, slap the parts that are needed to put that look together, and be done with it, and just play it without changing it ever again. That's what I've done for the other Nendoroids that I have here. So guys, it's just so troublesome to be continuously changing parts. So I'm just taking off her arms. I want to go for the pocket and hands look. So let's see how that plays out. Oh, okay, that is pretty big brained. Here, let me, okay, hold on, I just noticed that my PC's fans have died again. Let me just give me a minute. Let me just sort this out. Hold on. Okay, I am back. And just as I have returned, my fans died again. Really sorry about that. This shouldn't take long. Okay, I am back once more, and that is really such an annoyance. What's just happening recently is that, so in my computer there's that scared me. The microphone arm was sagging a bit, but anyway, yeah, the case says the fans in my computer are hooked up to this fan hub slash controller, and the power cable running from that fan hub into the power supply is going a bit wonky. So I have to massage it in such an angle that it stays on, otherwise it just shuts off, and my chassis fans just die. So I do still have my CPU fans, thankfully, but it's not good either way. I have replacements coming up for it now, but yeah, need to get that fixed. So where was I? Yeah, I was just interchanging some parts here. Almost done with that. And yeah, I was mentioning that it's a pretty big brain move. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, I have her post already with the new arms. I'm going for the we're going for the arms and pockets look. So how this works, look, at this angle it's not very obvious, but it's actually, so you noticed earlier photos, right? We've seen that her coat actually contains pockets engraved on it. Where was that? This one on the left side, you have this engraved pockets on the coat. What they actually did though was because technically this pocket isn't open, it's just there, it's just embossed basically. What they did was to actually model, they actually modeled pockets on the arm parts. So if you notice this left side, it's a bit blurred, but it's actually not attached to the coat. So you have to align it such that it lines up with the embossed part of the coat. So just take another shot of that. If it's aligned well, if it is aligned well, yeah, so you don't have that floating pocket thing like you do here in the other photo. So from a distance you won't notice a thing, but yeah, they really modeled pockets for that. Let's make it. My camera's battery just died. Let me just get a spare. It shouldn't take long. Ever the usual mirrorless camera problem. It's always running out of battery. That's why it's almost a given that if you're using a mirrorless camera, might as well buy at least 2 additional batteries for it. Otherwise you won't be able to you won't be shooting for long. Take the battery off. Put this new battery in. I put it the wrong way. And there you go. Should be good. I did charge this other one, right? It's 2 bars. But worst case scenario, we still have a third. So going back to this big 5-head pocket technique that they just did. So notice how the illusion breaks if I just ever so slightly moves the pocket out of the way. I mean the arms out of the way. So you have this here, correct? If you just move it so slightly, you see the embossed part of the coat just hanging awkwardly here beside it. So they really model separate pockets for it as part of the arm. But yeah, I like this look. I like this look. So maybe if you just angle your head a bit. I'm seeing if I can get an angle that really captures her pistol look. Oh, I didn't fix the arm pocket. There we go. Yeah, that's Kal'tsit right there. Really looks so pissed off. So, actually, speaking of faceplates, that's her default faceplate there, but so the other 2 faceplates, they don't actually differ a lot. Only one way to illustrate it better. So, remember that frame? Remember that frame? I will just change the faceplate. I just change the faceplate here. Do the ears come off actually? How does this work? Oh, okay. So her ears are part of the front faceplate. The front hair of the face, the front half rather of the hair. Then let's change her faceplate here. Let's go for the other. Yeah, I like what they did here. I mean, it's very Kal'tsit. Let me just show you. Just putting the hair back on. Okay, putting the hair back on, then just get her head back on. Putting her back on the stand. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to focus. Okay, there we go. I mean, look at how subtle the changes are with this first base plate versus the second one. It's just really that very slight, ever so slightly more downward pout, but it makes a whole lot of difference with her mood. Where in the first one she's that there, you know, that's her default resting bitch face. The second one pretty much tells you you've already pissed her off. So I thought it was it was problematic at first, but it turns out it's actually very good. So I like what it did there. I mean, dedicating an entire other faceplate just for that very ever so slightly downward pout. It's pretty interesting. So here she's fine. Next thing you know, okay, to her office for some spanking. so interesting. Let me just show you the third faceplate. So we have there the second one. The third one is also very interesting. Here, let me just show you real quick. The third faceplate. So it pretty much sums up all of these faceplates. Pretty much sum up the any of Kelsey's possible 3 moods at any point in time. So, alright, I have her back on the stand, just aligning the pockets. Let me just angle her pretty much similarly on how I did earlier. I like this other one as well. So you have her 3 moods. Default resting bitch face, pissed off, as in for real, and then this one speaks more. This one tells more like do what you want, do whatever you want. Like this is her approving look. Like you ask her something, and you know, her being the very stern senior, you know, being the stern person she is. This one's pretty much is approving you whatever to whatever you're asking her of. It's pretty good. Very subtle changes in expression, but for someone like Kelsey, it really tells a lot about what she is. very good, very good changes in subtlety. I'm actually having a hard time already trying to think of what final pose I'm going to put her on when I display her. So something to think of. So right, we've seen all of her faceplates, we've seen her arms. What else haven't we seen? Right, let's try out of this other. Yeah, I'm curious about that gun thing. Just take her off again. I'll put her faceplate back to. Let's put it to. What's a good one? Assuming that she's in battle, then we'll go for her pissed off look. So let me just highlight all of these 3 for you. Where is... Oh, I already took it off. Stupid me. Wait, is this? This is the left one, yeah. And just getting the gun-like thing, the medical syringe thing. Oh wait, she has a stethoscope. I forgot. Where actually does a stethoscope come into play? Can we just hang that over? Also get the stethoscope. And we'll go for the open gun. So I know there's a manual, but I think this particular Nendoroid is pretty straightforward as to how things should be like. And then, okay, so we go for a hand. So, alright, okay, I think I got it. It's a bit tricky to put the. Oh, I thought it was, but turns out it isn't. Okay, well done. Just putting her back on the stand. And just trying to find a good angle for this shot. Now if I try to copy what's actually in the okay, there we go. I think I got a good pose for her. Let's see how that looks. So this other shot. Alright, so I replace her hands with this this gun-like thing. So yeah, this does look like it's part of the it's the ammunition for her syringe gun-like thing. But let me take a closer shot of that syringe gun. It really doesn't look like a syringe gun at all. It looks like it just looks like a straight up firearm. How close can I get to this one? It's a very small piece though. I'm not sure even if my macro lens can get this close. Okay, that's just struggling. Okay, I think this is the closest I can get. I think this is the closest I can get. So that syringe-like thing, I mean, look at it. It doesn't even look like a syringe at all. Or maybe it's because they didn't bother painting it. Is it supposed to be totally black? I don't think it should be. I remember in game it's kind of like white. Again, when she's doing that idle animation, when she's reloading the syringe gun, the thing that she uses to shoot people to heal them. So she's shooting people to heal in the game itself. But the way this thing look, it actually does look dead as like a normal firearm. So I mean, you can pretty much paint it however you want if it's appropriate. It's totally no problem. Just a bit. This just looks weird at first glance. And then the other hand here that's supposed to be paired with the gun. I think I can. Can I actually focus this close? I don't think I can. I have to back up. So her other arm, and I think this is for the. This is supposed to be the ammunition for her gun. A bit more. I have to back up a bit more. Really. Yeah, the other arm here. even know what this is. It's way too big to be. Let's take a side shot of that. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's that big that she needs her entire hand to hold it. I mean, I don't know if it's just because of the Nendoroid scale, but anyway, it is intended to be her. I think it's intended to be her carrying ammunition for her gun. So let's take a good shot of that. This entire look. Yeah, pretty much this is her. Yeah, it's one of the sample poses that you can that's recommended, at least in the box. So pretty good. The other version of the gun though, where is it? Where is that other piece? Okay. So yeah, the gun does come in two forms. So the other version, again, very similar, but it's closed. Let me just show that for you. So the other gun, yeah, this one's closed, as you can see. Still black, but if we compare it to the other one, yeah, they really had to make another piece for that. So up to you if you would like to. If you're that kind of guy who prefers her aiming the gun towards you. I mean, is there actually an arm part that we can try to do that on? Let's see. I don't think there is. This is the closest there is. I mean, we could just probably angle her hand rather, to make it look like it's pointing towards us. Okay, I think I have the look. Let me tilt this a bit. Okay, it's a bit too close. Now, let's see if I can get that a bit more. If we're working so close, it's hard to get proper depth of field at this range. But if we crank up the to make everything stick with the light power to match, let's see how this looks like. It's a bit too dark. Oops. Yeah, now she's pissed. I like this one. It's maybe if we let me play around with this for a little more. Let's see what we can move. Will you try to move this light over here? I'll turn off the other light. See how this turns out? So I turned off the other light. So we're getting a much more grim look with with less light in the background and more shadows on your face. And if we try to take it a step farther, if I try to put it directly overhead her, let's see how this looks like. No, that's way too bright, but if we try to tone this down, There you go. Totally different moods. I think this will need a bit more polishing though, but yeah, now this one's really looking to looking for you to get her to get yourself killed by kills. So alright, let me just put this other light back from where it was originally. Okay. It's a bit hard working in this space. I forgot my original ratios. For my lights, I mean. Let's see how it was before. Let me just I wasn't taking notes. Was it this? And I think my B light was around this strong, I think. Yeah, you know, playing around with multiple lights, multiple looks. This is really, it's really what I find very fun with figure photography. Like this shot versus this shot, they all tell kind of like different moods. That is very interesting. Okay, wait. There's one very important piece we haven't included yet in the mix, and that is Montreater. Yes, I insist on calling him Montreater because that's how it's spelled. Doesn't look like there's any place for him to be mounted. And the box, at least on the box art here, it's just him, I guess, just standing randomly elsewhere. How do we work around that? Wait. I think I have something going on here. I have an idea. An idea just sprung to mind. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to prop this up, but let's see. I'm just trying to find a way to prop Montreater up. Too short. So let me just try to describe what I'm planning. So we have this shot over here. Now what if we can include Montreater to her left? What's a good thing I have lying around here that I can just prop things up? Let's try this remote controls. The remote controls here. No, actually, why don't I just use my hand? Anyway, my hand won't be seen outside the frame anyway. Let's try this. I mean, I would have really preferred if they made Montreater so much bigger than this, because that's just supposed to be like multiple supposed to be multiple several feet high and wide. Instead, they just turn him into this it's kind of like a pet version. You know how in RPGs, like, you're able to get pet versions of certain bosses? This is what he looks like. It's like a pet version of the real thing. So I mean, if you're being very ambitious, you could just, I don't know, maybe try to 3D print this or something. I don't know. Let's see if I can get now. Oh, no, I think how we can do it is this way. We're going back to portrait mode. Pull this up. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh, my hand is stuck in the tripod. I have to back off a bit more. Okay, let's angle this a bit to make it look a bit more dynamic. And I want to make my computer look imposing, but because she's so small, how am I supposed to? I don't know how we can make him look much more menacing than this. It's not even focused. But anyway, let me just but they actually, despite the size, they actually modeled him pretty well. I like how it looks. He even has gradients on his feet. Let me show you. Okay, put this back. Landscape. Oops. I don't know how to screw my tripod. Is this supposed to go this way? Oh no, it's not supposed to go the other way. Okay, secured. I'm way too close for him. It's so small. It's so small. It looks borderline comical. But otherwise, it's modeled very well. He looks like a typical kaiju, whatever, except pet-sized. This is so small. Like, instead of being menacing like he is in the game, he just looks comical. I mean, look at his size. That's just how big he is. It's a small. It's a good measure for reference. Let's see here. What do I have lying around? That's a good measure to how small this thing is. Let me get this. Let me just grab this USB dongle lying around. That is small. Okay, just taking a comparison shot. And that is very small. There's just a USB dongle right there, and that's just how big he is. I'm pretty sure there's some. I have to read up on if there's such a technique to how to make some objects look bigger than they are. I know there are some optical illusions involved in that. I have to look that up. I'm not very familiar with them. But yeah, still struggling on how we can make him look bigger. I mean, photo-wise, this is probably the nearest we can make it to be given his current size, but at least he's there. You just pretty much post him beside Kelsey, so that's not going to be really a problem. Right, so I think we have one last piece we haven't seen yet. It's not really big though, but she has this other arm with a big syringe. This is a very, at least Nendoroid sized, Nendo scale wise, quite a big ass syringe. Let me put that up. This is going to be her. This is what I like with asymmetrical designs. You can very easily figure out which arm's which. So her left hand has this, her left arm rather, has this transparent thing going on. So you know immediately that is her left arm. The other sleeved arm, then that's her right. So this part is fully sleeved, which means this is going to be her right. Oh no, it's just falling apart. Something to... What's this? Oh, it's a gun. Okay. Oh. What? Okay, I think I have to... Okay. Oh yeah, this is one bit that I wasn't able to show you guys earlier. Oh, hold on. I have this. I didn't intend for this to happen, but I just ended up with quite a comical pose. let me show you. I just putting her back together. Okay, I didn't expect this. I might actually post her this way in my display case, but okay. I'll put her stethoscope back on. Okay, that's her stethoscope. Putting her head back on, and then where's the gun? Oh, I've been twisting her hand. Yeah, well, but one thing I just noticed with this particular Nendoroid is that she's not very... I was going to say she's not very fragile, like parts coming off suddenly. The Silver Ash Nendoroid was very, very offensive in that regard. Especially the Silver Ash's bird, the pet bird. It's part of his kit. He was always coming off. Very frustrating to pose. Okay, here we go. I was supposed to demonstrate the last arm piece, but in the process of doing so, because I needed to fix the upper right arm, I picked the wrong one and ended up with this. Let's see how we can pose her. There you go. Like, choose which way you want to die, with this big ass syringe or just getting shot in the face. I mean, both are medical, but would hurt either way. So we have her face. This is already f4.0, so for the anyone's watching us into photography, I mean, that's, you would normally think that's already stopped down, but because we're working so close, the depth of field is naturally very thin. The only way we can make sure that the gun and syringe are pretty sharp is by stopping down even farther. So this is f8.6, 7.1. Let's try to work it 3 stops slower. And matching my light output to match. It's going to be a flashbang in my room. Okay, I miscalculated the light output. It's way too bright. But as you can see, her arms are now visible. Just tone down the light a bit. Checking the histogram. Are we blowing out anything? No, everything's good. And if I just tweak and play with the shadow settings over here, and end up with something a bit more dramatic, just change the shadow settings in. I like this one. I think we can set this up to be one of the signature takeaways from this stream. So, but I think I can do something similar to what I did earlier. Maybe add some mood lighting to this one. Let's see how turning down the light to her, the light to my left. How would that turn out? That's definitely a lot darker, a lot more serious in tone. That's what we're going for. And let's see. I know. Let's try to go for something pretty drastic. I'll take off. No, it's much easier. Turn off the other light. Bring this light B out of the softbox. And just hold it straight up her face. Let's see how this will turn out. Okay, that's a bit. Okay, there we go. This one wasn't a good. It's still too bright. This one isn't loading for some reason. Right, I don't know why this. Yeah, the other photo won't preview, but let me just retake that. No problem. There you go. I think that really fits the mood so perfectly. We just move the light above her face just to make everything else dark. I think we're capturing the mood that this kind of pose is trying to convey. So I just noticed that there's lots of blemishes too. Yeah, you see these paint chips. So yeah, we can go very into detail because we're using a macro lens, we're using optimized lighting. But the consequence of that is also really amplifying the blemishes. But I don't really see that as a problem. You have Photoshop to take care of that. It's a very easy retouch, one-click retouch for these spots. So not a big problem. But wow, I like how this turned out. I mean, I just reduce the shadows a bit. I'm not working on a raw, so I'm just doing the fine-tuning of shadows, highlights, color in camera. I mean, definitely I can just do so in Photoshop later on. Wait, why didn't that capture anything? Oh, I was being stupid. Of course that wouldn't capture anything because I was holding the light. Nope. That's too far up her front. How did I get that earlier? How did I get... Oh. Okay. I turned down the global shadows way too bright. I still think this is the better mood. But you know what? An idea just came up. It's going to restrict the light even farther. Let me just get one of my go-to mods. I'm just going to get a grid. Alright, be right back. And I just dropped my grid. Okay. So we'll try to improve even more on this photo. I already dropped it again. I already like how that turned out, but I think we can do it even better. Let's see. Let's try this one. So I slapped one of my flashes into a grid, essentially restricting the light output even more so that we don't have a spill on the background. Let's see how that turns out. And my second battery just died. We'll get one more. I'm down to my last one, but that's fine. Apparently I didn't charge that other one. Never knew. I thought everything was charged. Oh, it's just struggle to get around this small room. Okay. Alright, slapping on this last battery. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, this one is confirmed full, so we shouldn't run into any more problems. Okay, so what I was planning. Look at what the grid does. Oh wait, hold on. My camera didn't capture that. I mean, my tethering software didn't catch that. Can I just see? Can we see if that works? Oh, it did. It wasn't just scrolling down. Yeah, the mood. If you can, this one really tells you to read the mood. I mean, we have to do something about it. I think it's really just more about angling. Let's see. Just have to be careful with how I can angle this. I'm just holding the light manually, so it's a very hit or miss. Oh, the slightest variations in how I hold the light really makes a lot of difference. But yeah, we have to do something. And I'll just simply turn on this other light. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a problem. This one's very grim, but you can see her face, so. Yeah, we're going for something that looks like this, but without, I think I have to take a much more drastic angle. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of light going into her hair. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to recall how we managed to do this. Yeah, I think we have quite a number of looks that we could probably use. Actually, this one looks pretty good. I'm so tempted to take this step even further and put a collar for the light behind. Yeah. But I think we definitely have the look dialed down. So why don't we just mark Wait. What was the... I was so caught up with this unintentional pose that I completely forgot what the actual pose should be like. Oh, okay, so it's supposed to be this way. Yeah, enough with this Mimi pose. So the correct left arm should have been the one wherein she has her left arm in the pocket. Okay. And then I'll see if I can change her faceplate. Let's go for the disapproving look. Putting back her stethoscope, back her head. On second thought, I think the default faceplate would work best for this one. Let's change that up once more. Yeah, so far I'm really liking playing around with this Kal'tsit Nendo. It's not as prone to destroying itself, unlike other Nendoroids. Okay, I think we have the look. Just putting her back on the stand. Okay, I'll put this light from the grid back to the softbox. It's got a lot going on with this light setup. Yeah, there's so much you can do with just a 2-light setup. I love it. Okay, and we're back in business. I forgot my lighting ratios once again. We'll just figure it out as we go along. Let me just try to guess what my lighting ratios are once more. Let's try to work with just F6. If I remember correctly. Why don't we try this? Just taking a shot in the dark. Okay, that was a good guess. I didn't know it would turn out pretty well. Yeah, so this is one of the... So she has her syringe up, the left arm in her pocket. Yeah, one of the recommended poses in the cover box. I cannot see. Just trying to fix the focus. Is this much better? No, actually, this is much better. Just pixel peeping. Nah, I think it's fine. Either is fine. I think for a last touch, we can try to do this. I mean, it's not very visible though, but helps fill in that space. Ooh, it looks good. I mean, let me just crank up the step down so much. Step up, step down more, so we can get some theater in the background. Right, so I step down. Ever so slightly is a bit sharper. It's quite hard working at this depth of field because it's already f10 actually. This is f10. This is f what 8? I think this was 8, but very minor difference on the depth of field. So if we try to go all out, let's see what we can do with that. Working at f14 now. Turning my room into a flashbang. Rather, setting up a flashbang in my room. Okay, there. I think with his last shot, yeah, he's pretty sharp in here. This one's good. I like this one as well. Maybe with a bit more texturing in the background and. I think if we had the third light, we could probably add a add a rim light at the back to have Montreater pop out more. But yeah, I think these all look good. I like how these turned out. So I think that's pretty much everything. I don't have any more parts in here. Yeah, I don't. I think we've seen everything there is to see with this Nendoroid. Let's see. Let's just review some of my. Maybe let's just get some favorites this bunch. I definitely like this last one. I'll mark that. So. I kind of like this disapproving look. I mean, let's pick out the photos we'll post in Twitter as a summary of this stream. So on second thought, this last one could probably have been shot with better depth of field because I definitely not have Montreater in focus here. I kind of want to try this out once more. Okay, one last. Should I bother trying that one out one more time? No, I think this is okay. Yeah, let me get one last shot. I'll just try to redo this one. Let me just redo this particular shot with better depth of field. Let's try to have both Kelsey's face and Montreater in focus. Again, quite a bit of a challenge because of the close distances we're working at. Just putting her right arm back. No, I think we should use a different arm. Which arm should I use? Oh. Is there an arm we could use that is a bit more curved? I swear there's a right arm here that's a bit more curved. But anyway. Where's our head? Okay. Putting her back on the stand. So this was a portrait shot, yep. Oh, I think I got a much better angle than earlier. I think this new angle looks much better. Just have to angle her. I just have to angle her hand. It's quite a bit of a challenge. Her arms come off again. Oh no, the guns come off. Okay, I like this one. Right, I think we can work with this. Right, I just have to. How do I angle one theater such that it doesn't look looks menacing? Is this the best that we can? Oh, so we're working at f14 again, very closed up aperture, and already you can see the blemishes of my camera. All of these spots here, I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen, and this one here, right here, they're all not from the background, they're not from the figure, they're from my camera. My sensor is dirty. Yeah, but it means a bit more work when we get to retouching, but I mean that's not a deal breaker. I mean, we can just work it out. I'm just holding 1 liter by hand. It's a bit hard. I'm not sure if this last shot works. Yeah, I'd want him to look much more menacing than that, but he's so small. It's a good angle. What if we make him look like this? I want to make him look like from the background, you know it's him. Yeah. I think we'll stick with this one. I think we'll stick with that one. We just mark that as well. And let's try to take a shot with nothing else in the background. Okay, I think we're good. I'm happy with the shots we got. Yeah, we'll mark this out since we've chosen something better. I'll mark this, mark that. Yeah, I think we've gotten the. I think we've gotten the. I think I've gotten the shots I wanted. Yeah, we even got some meme, and so even got this meme shots over here. Well, the more I look at it, the more it doesn't look like a meme and something that Kal'tsit would actually do. So, but yeah, I think these look good. Yeah, and I didn't notice the time. It's actually already 12. What the hell? So yeah, I think this is all good. I just forgot how I can view the. Hold on, let me just take this down. I am looking for the summary. Where do I see the summary? Review mode. So my Adobe Bridge reinstalled, or rather uninstalled itself suddenly before I started the stream. I had to reinstall it, and all of my preferences were they're gone. So I had to reconfigure this, and right now I'm trying to look for that option to. Is the filter? Nope. Where was that? I am not sure where I should be going. Wait, what's going on? Okay, I'm messing up my view. No, I don't want to see that. What is this? Okay, I'm messing up my panels over here. Why is this on the left-hand side? Okay, alright, now I think I can share once again. Okay, so I think we have all of the favorites lined up. So we have our default pose here, we have her carrying the gun normally. I just tag this for the lulz because just to show how small one tweeter is. We have this meme shot over here. Maybe I can try to tweak it with a bit more lighting. Then post with one tweeter over here. And then finally the last one. Yeah, I think this has been a very good session. So wow, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I didn't expect that. Yeah, this is my first time doing this, so I wasn't sure how this is going to turn out. So I think for any viewers out there, I think if you enjoyed it, then definitely there's going to be more coming this way. I'm normally not very fond of Nendoroids, but I think I might do more of these with my other ones, even those that I've already opened. So we'll see if we can do something similar to this. But what I'm really trying to plan for is a bit. We're trying to go for dioramas. So scale figures against diorama backdrops. Something that will, something unlike this one where you just have a plain white background. We're getting detailed shots, yes, but I'd like to put more context into it. And I actually I was actually finishing up the migration of my figure collection. So actually have a my figure collection account, and of course that was a personal one before, but I've since converted it to be reflective of my VTuber persona. So I'll probably pull that up as well pretty soon. I just got caught up with a pretty bad timing yesterday. That I'm not sure if it was just I think it was a site-wide maintenance. They're probably migrating servers, so I couldn't access my. Right after I changed my username and everything, like they just suddenly went offline. So I haven't checked yet since if they're back up. So I'll do that later on, and then we'll see if I'll probably share some of my past works there. So, and also maybe upload some of these up there. So yeah. But yeah, I think for now that's pretty much it. Of course, let me just get to retouching some of these photos, and then I'll put this up on Twitter pretty soon. And yeah, I'm actually contemplating if I'll be continuing the Yakuza Kiwami 2 stream later. This was a bit exhausting, and there's just a lot of personal stuff I have to do it. But let's see if I can put out an announcement in the next hour or so. So yeah, but for now, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So anyone that's still tuning in, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you find this pretty chill. But yeah, definitely more to come on this one. I definitely have some bigger projects up in store, so stay tuned for that. But until then, yeah, we'll end here. So thank you for tuning in, and till the next stream. So bye bye.